Shalom, this is Yair, Davidiy speaking to you from the land of Israel. Today we're going to discuss the Lost 10 Tribes, subject concerning Lost 10 Tribes. We identify the Lost 10 Tribes with Western nations. Amongst those Western nations we find people in the British Isles, including Ireland and Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland, England. To be especially important are they areas in which all of the tribes, representatives of all of the tribes are to be found, but especially Ephraim and Manasseh, the tribes of Joseph, and from those areas came foundational elements of the USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and historically they have fulfilled the role of Joseph as predicted in the Bible. And we find proofs that in these areas the lost 10 tribes will be located in the end times. And so today we are going to take bits and pieces of evidence from rabbinical sources, from biblical sources, from mythology and other traditions, and to show how they all intertwine with each other and complement each other and supplement each other and supplement the additional evidence that we have concerning the lost 10 tribes being in that region. And so this is what we have concerning Ireland. We have different names in Irish traditions, in Irish legends, in Irish literature that they gave to Ireland, to the island of Ireland. And so one of these names is End of the World. An End of the World. Incidentally, even this name was also applied to England. In French, the name Angleterre, which is how the French call England, and means end of the earth, or one of its meanings can imply end of the earth. And end of the earth is found in the Bible as describing or a geographical indication, an indication of geographical importance concerning where the lost 10 tribes will be in the end times. And so we find here, for instance, in Isaiah 41, verses 8 to 9, "You Israel, my servant Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend, whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called you from the most noble parts thereof." We have the two expressions, ends of the earth and noble parts thereof. In Hebrew, Atzileha, which means noble elsewhere in the Bible. It's not something that we invented. This word Atzileha means the noble parts thereof, the aristocracy, as if to say the highest points, the most refined portions of the earth, not only in the ends of the earth, but the noble parts of the earth. And this is important because Ireland, as well as being called end of the earth, was also referred to as the noble island. Ireland was also known as Isle of the Mists, or Isle of Mists. And Isle of Mists is similar to the region of the clouds, which was one of the three areas unto which the lost 10 tribes were exiled, or which they would be found in the end times. As we find in the Midrash, and also which is also repeated in the Talmud and in rabbinical literature. Rabbi Barachia, Rabbi Helbo, in the name of Rabbi Shmuel Bar Nachman, said that Israel was exiled to three places. One to beyond the Sebastian River, one to Daphne of Antiochia, and one to where the clouds come down and covered them. In other words, the land of the clouds. And so the land of the clouds is also, Isle of the Mists has the same connotation. And this is especially referring, according to the Midrash, to the lost 10 tribes, as here it says. So too with the tribes east of the Jordan, Reuben, Gad, and half Manasseh, exiled to three places. When they shall return, so too will Reuben, Gad, and half Manasseh return with them, so that all of the tribes will return together with the 10 tribes. This is especially referring to the 10 tribes being in such a region. The same source mentioned Daphne of Antiochia as being one of the places of exile. Daphne of Antiochia was an area in northern Syria, also known as Hamath. And Hamath, according to the Chronicles of Eri, a collection of Irish legends and Irish traditions about their origin, says that is where the exiles were concentrated after they had been expelled from their land. They were concentrated in Hamath, and from there they were direct. They were taken overseas to Spain, and from Spain they moved to Ireland and to Britain. And this corresponds with archaeological and additional evidence that we have concerning the Lost Ten Tribes. Another name given to Ireland was Hibernia. Hibernia is from Eber. Eber means Hebrew. It means Hebrew. It is another way of pronouncing the word Hebrew. So in other words, they were named after the Hebrews, and the Hebrews are the Lost Ten Tribes of Israel. Ireland was also called Irlanda. Irlanda is derived from the root Yair. Yair was the son of Mil, and is also the name of one of the sons of Judah. And Mil was the forerunner of the Milesian peoples, who constitute the major portion of the Irish settlers according to their traditions. Also Yair, Yair, my own name. Yair is mentioned in the Bible. He was related both to Manasseh, the son of Manasseh, son of Manasseh, and also to Judah. Also in Irish legends have the Er, who is also related to Judah according to their own sources. And the Eri, who are found in Ireland and in Scotland. The Eri have the same name as in the Middle East was given to the descendants of Yair by people, by the surrounding nations in Mesopotamia. They refer to the descendants of Yair, son of Manasseh, who incidentally was a populous entity in ancient Israel, east of the Jordan. He was referred to, his people was referred to as Eri. And the Eri were the name of this clan, or this tribal group, which was later found in Scotland and Ireland. Ireland was also known as Isle of the Blessed. Isle of the Blessed was a term that could also be applied to England, to Britain, though Britain was also known as Isle of the Dead, which incidentally also relates to the Lost Ten Tribes, and at all events, according to in Jewish writings, apocryphal writings, legends and so on, Lost Ten Tribes were located in this region. They were located in the region known as Isle of the Blessed, or the Happy Islands, which refers to the British Isles. We have this in Irish sources. We also have this in Arabic sources, which were derived from Jewish sources concerning the sons of Ad, who in effect are the Lost Ten Tribes, and the Lost Ten Tribes were, according to some of these sources, to be found in the Isles to the west, the Isles of the Holy Islands, meaning Britain and Ireland. In the Bible, we have the prophecy of Balaam. Balaam was a pagan prophet, and he described Israel in the end times, and he gives us a description that fits Britain. And historically, he says that the Israelites in their places of exile, that would be a nation counted alone, not with other peoples. See Numbers chapter 23, chapter 24 as well. Numbers 23 also says that they would not be subject to the same limitations as the others are. They would be innumerous people, very a great number of people, that it would be impossible to count them all. They would have a great multitude, 23:10. They would receive an unconditional blessing. It doesn't matter what their behavior was, their blessing was to be unconditional. And if they went along the wrong track, they would be punished, but their greatness would not be taken away from them, at least not for a while. See Numbers 23:8 and Numbers 23:19 to 20. A portion of them will be given by a monarch, by a king. Kings would be amongst them. 23:21. Their symbols would include a lion and a unicorn. 23:22, 24:8. A lion and a unicorn, they are symbols of Britain. They're on the British coat of arms, and they're the only nations in the world to which this may be said, They were to dwell according to their tribes, to be in many waters in every sea, and to rule the waves. See Numbers 24:7. This describes Britain and later the USA, who followed on from Britain on this matter. It also says that they will become the most powerful national grouping in world history, 24/7, taking Britain and the USA together. This applies to them, it has applied to them. It says that they would defeat Edomite nations. Edomite nations includes Germany and Europe, and also Japan. See in Numbers 24:9. Also Josephus, as pointed out by our friend Mark Williams in Britain, has pointed out that Josephus interprets or explains the prophecy of Balaam in Numbers to say that the multitude of your posterity, that is your offspring of Israel, of the Israelites, shall live as well in the islands and as on the continent, and that they shall be more in number than the stars of heaven. So this corresponds with what we have been saying. The lost in tribes will be islands, will be to the west of the land of Israel. They'll be very numerous, and they have characteristics that apply to the British Isles, to the people of Britain. They shall return from the west. The lost in tribes will return from the west. We have this concerning Tarshish. Tarshish in the Bible is the name of a non-Israelite nation descended from Yavan, son of Japheth, Genesis 10:4. It's also the name of a non-Israelite advisor to Ahasuerus, the king of Persia, see Esther 1:14, and also to a descendant of Benjamin, the tribe of Benjamin, 1 Chronicles 7:10. The name Tarsus historically was applied to Tarsus in Cilicia and southeast Turkey, but also to the region. Tarsus was a Phoenician name for Tartessus in southwest Spain. And this apparently, at least in some passages of the Bible, is what the intention was. It says in Ezekiel 27 concerning Tyre, Ezekiel 27:12, Tarshish does business with you because of your great wealth of good. They exchange silver, iron, tin, and lead for your merchandise. So silver and lead were available from Spain, and tin was available from Britain. And Britain was the only region in the ancient world which supplied tin. And the Phoenicians worked the tin of Britain, and apparently they did that through their base in southwest Spain, which was known as, to them, as Tarshish or Tarshish, Tartessus to the Greek world. And this word in rabbinical literature, Tarshish, was also applied to this area and to the Atlantic Ocean expanse in general. Tarshish became a name for the Atlantic Ocean. And so we have a prophecy in Isaiah 60 concerning the lost 10 tribes when they will return. In Isaiah 60, beginning from verse 8, who are those who fly like a cloud and like the doves to their coves. Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish will come first to bring your sons from afar, their silver and their gold with them, for the name of the Lord your God, the Holy One of Israel, because he has glorified you. So this is describing the tribes of Israel. When they return, they will return by doves flying, by airplane, and also by ships that ply the Atlantic Ocean area. And this is another indication the lost 10 tribes will be in that region, or will come from that region. Talmud also confirms our interpretation of these verses. See Baba Batra 75b, and it says this speaks of Ephraim, and he shall sin somewhat, they are brought down like a fowl, flying away. So it says, as for Ephraim, their glory shall fly away like a bird. Hosea 9:11, when they gain merit, they are elevated like a cloud, as it says, with these that fly as a cloud. So this is speaking of Ephraim, meaning the lost 10 tribes who will return from the west. We have other rabbinical sources equating Tarshish and the region of Tarshish with the Atlantic Ocean area. We have a list of 122 biblical proofs. Actually, we have more that help us identify the lost 10 tribes as being amongst Western peoples, especially in the British Isles. And so we have from the characteristics and attributes, and also from the geographical locations, indications that the Bible gives us. And so we've chosen the geographical locations as to very briefly give an idea of what we have and what there is there. The lost 10 tribes will be at the ends of the earth, that is, at the ends of the geographical extremities of the earth, as the British Isles are, and so is Ireland. So is North America, in effect. Isaiah 24:16, 26:15, 41:8 to 9, 43:6, 49:6. The lost 10 tribes will be in islands. Isaiah 24:15, 49:6, 69. Jeremiah 31:9, 10 will be in peninsulas and coasts. Jeremiah 31:8 will be associated with Tarshish, that is the Atlantic Ocean area. Isaiah 69, they will be located in the west, to the west of the land of Israel. See Isaiah 24:14, Hosea 1-10, they would also be to the northwest of the land of Israel. See Isaiah 49:12. and they will be associated with the land of Sinim, which we identify as referring to New Zealand and to Australia, and if they are in that region, then they are related to the kinfolk of the people of Australia and New Zealand, who are to be found in Western Europe, especially in the British Isles. See Isaiah 49:12. They would be associated with isles in the Isles of the Sea, which was a custom in the Celtic times. Ancient Celts used to light fires on the hillside, on the hilltops of the British Isles, and Britain was known for this as a place where far out to sea flames could be seen from on the hilltops. We also have in Obadiah 1:20, Zarephath in the Hebrew, it talks about this first exile, meaning the lost 10 tribes. See the explanation of Rashi, who also especially says it refers to lost 10 tribes who will be in Zarephath, which he says means the land of known as France. And other commentators such as Yair are mention not only France but also Britain is included in this definition of Zarephath, where the lost 10 tribes will be. So Britain refers to Britain and to France together, and this is like an express declaration concerning the lost 10 tribes in the end times. We also have a area associated with dolmens, which are pathway on migration, Jeremiah 31:21, and they would be in several oceans and many waters, Numbers 24:7. We also have the declaration of the Hatam Sofer, one of the greatest rabbinical authorities of all time, who he said that the area of the Atlantic Ocean expanse and up until its end, that is right up and including North America, would belong to Israel, and he verbally said that he said expressly that this includes the British Isles, includes England, and he says that in the end times he says he was interpreting biblical verses and religious texts to prove his point. He was interpreting them. His understanding of these texts was that in the end times they would be part of the land of Israel, and this ties in with the Israelites dwelling in these regions in the end times, and we're getting close to the end times, so this fits in with studies. So we find the British Isles to be peopled in part by descendants of the lost 10 tribes of Israel, and this, by extenuation, also applies to offshoots of the British overseas. That is in North America, the USA, and Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa. May the Lord God of Israel bless you. Thank you.